Hello, in this video you will learn about Dragonfly optimization algorithm. Topics covered in this video. First we will start with introduction. Next is Dragonfly life cycle. Then we will try to understand what is this algorithm all about and how it is working step by step with an example. And the last one is mathematical model that is used for the artificial dragonflies in this algorithm. Let's start with introduction. This algorithm is developed in 2016 and it is a meta-heuristic algorithm that is inspired by the behavior of dragonflies in the nature. And we have about 5,000 known species of dragonflies, and in Japan, dragonfly is a symbol of strength, courage and happiness. Dragonflies are the expert flyer. They can fly straight up, straight down, and even they can hover like a helicopter. We have certain features about dragonflies. They have large magnified eyes like this, transparent fancy wings like this, and elongated body like this, and their lifespan is 6 months. Dragonfly hunt small insects in the nature for their survival. An adult dragonfly can eat 30 to 100 mosquitoes per day, and the speed is 35 miles an hour. Now let's try to understand what is this algorithm. This is a meta-heuristic algorithm, as we all know, and it is inspired by the behavior of dragonflies. Here, this is basically inspired by the static and the dynamic behavior of dragonflies. Here we have two types of behavior, static and dynamic. In static behavior, swarm feeding. In dynamic behavior, migration. So you can see here, in the static behavior we have static swarm, and in static swarm dragonflies make a small group and they will fly over a small area, suppose this one, and here in this new area they will hunt for the other flying prey like mosquito, butterflies and other small insects. So this is the static behavior for the dragonflies, and here this one is for the dynamic behavior of dragonflies. Here in this behavior we have a dynamic swarm, and in dynamic swarm dragonflies make a large swarm of dragonflies for migrating in one direction over a long distance. Let's try to understand the life cycle of dragonfly. Here you can see this is the adult dragonfly. After that we have the mating phase, and then dragonfly will find a suitable surface for laying egg, and most often dragonfly lay their egg in water. And after that you can see here dragonfly egg. From dragonfly egg we have a larva, and from this larva you can see the dragonfly is emerging from larva and we have adult dragonfly. So this is the life cycle for the dragonfly. Now let's try to understand this algorithm step by step, how it is working. Step 1 is the initialize phase. Here we can initialize the population for each dragonfly randomly. So you can select the random number of population for the dragonflies, and here you can represent the position for dragonflies using X, I. Here I represent the number of dragonfly, that is 1 to n. In step 2 we will initialize the step vector, or you can say the step size, and we will denote this with delta xi. Then we will check the condition. If this condition is true, we will move to the next step, and we will repeat this loop until the condition is false. Next step, we will compute the fitness value for the each dragonfly, update the food sources, update certain parameters, and calculate the SACF, and then we will update the neighboring radius, and in the end we will update the velocity and the position. Now let's try to understand how this algorithm is working step by step. In the first step we have to initialize the population for the dragonflies randomly, and here suppose we have 25 dragonflies, so value for I is 1 to 25. Now we have 25 dragonflies in the swarm, and you can initialize the position for the each dragonfly using this equation in MATLAB. In step 2 we will initialize the step vector, that is same as position vector that we initialize randomly. After that, we will check this condition. This is the current iteration and this one is the maximum number of iteration. Current iteration is 1 and maximum is 200. Condition is true, so we move to the next step. So we will repeat the loop until this condition is false. In next step, we will compute the fitness value for the each dragonfly. You can use a fitness function from the research paper, and using this function we have to compute the fitness value for the each dragonfly. After that, in the next step, we will update the food sources in the enemy for the dragonfly. We know that food sources like butterflies, mosquito, and we have the larger birds or insects than dragonfly considered as enemy. Now we have to update the food sources in enemy, and we can represent this behavior using this. This shows the attraction of dragonflies toward food sources, and this one shows the distraction of dragonflies from the enemy. Now let's try to understand the mathematical model that is used for this. Here you can see this one is the mathematical model for attraction toward food sources, and here this is the food source position minus individual current position, and this one is the model for distraction from enemy. Here this one is the position of enemy plus individual current position. Using this we can update the values for F and E. Next step is update certain parameters like W, S, A, C, F, E. Now what is this? Here W is bait inertia, W is the inertia bait, S is the separation bait, A is the alignment bait, F is the food attraction bait, and E is the enemy distraction bait. Here we have three important principles followed by swarm behavior, that is separation, alignment, and cohesion. Here you can see this one is for separation, this one is for alignment, this one is for the cohesion. Now next step is calculate S, A, C, and F. S is separation, A is alignment, C is cohesion, and F is food factor that we computed before. Now you can see the mathematical model for each. This one is for separation, for alignment, for cohesion. Here X is the position, that is the current position for the individual, and this one is the velocity of the neighboring individuals, and this one is the position of the neighboring individuals, and we have the number of neighborhood. Now next step is update the position and the velocity for the dragonflies. So before updating position, first we have to update the step vector or step size for the each dragonfly, because it plays important role for updating the position for the artificial dragonflies. So first we will compute the step vector, because step vector show the direction of movement of the dragonflies, and using this mathematical equation we can compute the step vector for the each dragonfly. Here S is the separation bait, alignment bait, cohesion bait, and this one is the food factor, enemy factor, inertia bait. And here SI is the separation of ith individual, alignment, cohesion, and this one is the food source, and this one is the enemy position. And T, you can see here T, this is the current iteration. And after computing value for step size, we can update the final position using this equation. And to improve the randomness of the solution, we can update the dragonfly position using random walk. Here random walk is the Levy's flight, so we can add here Levy's flight, same as we did in the cuckoo search algorithm. So you can add here Levy's flight, and this one is the mathematical model that we can use to improve the randomness for any solution. And by this we can also update the position of the dragonflies in the search space. So that's all about this algorithm, and this algorithm is used for different optimization techniques. And that's all about this video. If you have any question, you can comment below, and thanks for watching this video.